This adventure takes place over a week-long rafting trip I did with Youth Dynamics. This is in Idaho, right there in the little square that's highlighted. We put in near the town of Whitebird at the Hammer Creek launch and headed north. We go on up the river through Cougar Canyon and Snowhole Canyon, and then the river then turns to the south as it continues to go west. And we head on down to Blue Canyon and the confluence of where the Salmon River empties into the Snake River there. And then the Snake River heads north and is the border for Washington and Idaho. And we get out actually in Washington 72 miles downriver from where we put in at Helibar. Here is us on day one. There's two of the youth up front there that this Christian-based organization supports. Get them out in the nature and just allow them to experience God's creation and these power of these rivers.
Left back, right forward, left back, right forward. Forward hard, forward hard.
All forward!
Big hole, big hole. Forward hard, forward hard. Harder, harder, harder. Woo!
Rejected! Every day we find a sandbar like this one to break camp on and sleep on the night. So we have to unpack the 3 pack rafts of all of our gear and dry bags and set up camp for the night. And the finished product looks like this. We have all of our chairs in a circle for some discussions on what God showed us that day. And yeah, we got the beach to spread out our stuff out and have our camp. So this is how I slept last night. We have a tarp to kind of keep the sand away. You see I'm very bad at that. Sleeping bag, cowboy style. And I didn't bring a pillow, so I just used my hammock and my hammock liner for a pillow. And I picked up this lovely inflatable sleeping pad at Goodwill for like $5. And $5 was probably a ripoff because I can feel every rock through it. But yeah. It's quiet time now, so I'm gonna stop talking. Grab my Bible and come down here by the river. Every morning we have quiet time for an hour and we just grab our Bibles and go and read and pray and meditate on a word, and just in this silence and land of no phones, it's really interesting what God talks to you about. Ezekiel 47 verse 9 stood out to me, which reads, "And wherever the river goes, every living creature that swims will live, and there will be very many fish, and this water goes there, that the waters of the sea may become fresh, so that everything will live where the river goes." In addition to the 2 paddle boats and 3 oar boats that carry all the gear, those 4 inflatable kayaks made the trip a lot of fun. Along with the whitewater that makes the highlight reels, there's plenty of flat water along these 72 miles as well.
Standing up on his kayak, like a stand-up paddleboard. So this is really quite impressive because I was trying to do a stand-up paddleboard on the kayak yesterday, and it's tough to balance it.
Get the first aid kit out.
Nice balance, Jason.
Thank you. There might be gold in there. Root around in there.
Here is camp at breakfast. Water is boiling there on the far side. That's our dish rack for dishes. How dishes gets washed in this soapy water there. Here's our breakfast buffet with our staff cooking up a storm. Chopping up some peaches there. There's our chair circle for our conversations, and we had the tent up because of some rather scary looking clouds last night. Why are there 3 buckets?
We got the hot soapy water.
Okay.
Then we've got the warm clear water rinse, second bucket. Almost forgot to wash my fork. That's pretty hot. And then we've got the chlorine bleach dip.
And then we hang them up to dry.
And experts say that air drying is more sanitary
Oh, really?
than towel drying.
I believe that.
Well,
We got fancy and put up the mood lights one night when we were staying at a spot for 2 days. And staying at the same spot allowed extra time for fishing.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I did not have my phone accessible, just the GoPro, and we passed by these 2 big horned sheep that were right near the water. On the off day, we took a hike up, and that's our camp from this mountain that we were climbing up across the river. Along the journey, we stopped at a couple of locations where they had ruins from Chinese immigrants who hid next to the river to escape persecution from
So
the
gracious.
white settlers.
He'll face this.
And there were also
And they've been around,
petroglyphs there
this has been
from the
a site for them
Nez
for a long time.
tribe
Who's this? Who is it?
who
The Nez Perce.
originally inhabited this area.
So
as
they,
white
they like to be called.
here we're paddling a little flat water just before Eye of the Needle, which is coming up. Here's a good bit shot of the rapid. I'm gonna flip back to Jason here. Woo! Wasn't ready for that one. Turn the boat, Jason. Good work. I gotta readjust here.
I got swamped there.
Ow! Ow! Oh, swimmer! Eddie out, Jason. Pick him up.
Yeah, live! Now you're a real kayaker!
I even got to fish from the oar boat while being paddled around by the leader of Youth Dynamics. And I caught one while being filmed. It's just blowing in our faces right now. Paddling all day. We'll make it.
Everybody just hold still for a second.
We just came through a rain squall. We got another one coming, so we're in a race.
Okay, we need some big rocks, big rocks.
Oh yeah.
Great. Big rock.
So they actually have 3 tents that can join together, and the tent poles are the oars from the oar boats. So it's a really efficient system. So you just come in here. Don't break your zipper. Doors closed. There's some windows for ventilation. And I'm going to turn this off now. That adventure on the Salmon River was. I got invited to join Youth Dynamics on a donor trip, and it was amazing. And I really liked learning about that organization. Their mission is to take kids out into the outdoors to let them experience God's creation. And they don't force religion down anyone's necks, but they give them that time, just the quiet time, um, to read the Bible if they so choose to, and then they talk about what they've learned. But there's no formal you have to read this passage or anything like that. And I really like that approach to it. Just getting kids disconnected, getting them outside. And anyway, I just wanted to talk about the organization a little bit because it's a nonprofit, and I feel like it's a very good mission that's helping kids within the U.S. to get out and experience nature, experience God in ways they wouldn't find Him normally. So, and of course, this is, it's very low cost for the kids to do the events. So it's funded by donors. And so if you need a organization to tithe to, because I feel like tithing is very important, they are a great organization that is going to make good use of the funds. And tithing is just one of the ways that we honor God, because what we have, our possessions, are not actually our own, they're God's. And when I realized that in my own life, it gave me so much freedom. So, anyway, I just wanted to share with you some scriptures about tithing. Numbers 18:26 says, "Speak to the Levites and say to them, when you receive from the Israelites the tithe that I give you as your inheritance, you must present a tenth of that tithe as the Lord's offering." Proverbs 3, verse 9 and 10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. All right, that's all I got for this one. Y'all be blessed. Oh, and Youth Dynamics, you can find them at yd-dynamics.org. and I'm going to try to figure out how to link to them in this video. So be blessed, my friends.